When it comes to fictional spy characters on film, there are only two well-known around the world, James Bond and Ethan Hunt. Though both characters are more alike than not, I still want to pit these two against each other to determine who I think is the better spy all around. Fight skills. James Bond and Ethan Hunt are highly skilled when it comes to disarming or killing their opponents. However, they have very different combat styles. James Bond seems to be more of a brawler than a martial artist. He uses his upper body strength and quick jabs to take down people in his way. Ethan Hunt is slightly the opposite. It seems like he's trained in numerous types of martial arts, often relying heavily on these dangerous skills to get himself out of danger. As far as improvisations during combat, Ethan seems to take more risks to get the job done, while James Bond only improvises when he has no choice. Overall, I think Ethan Hunt takes this round.
We've never met before, right?
Gadgets. Let's face it, one of the coolest things about these type of spy movies are the gadgets used to execute the mission successfully. From a gun that's programmed to only be used by its rightful owner, to a projector that's designed to trick the eyes, these weaponized gadgets are truly remarkable. Ethan Hunt has been using these fantastic tools more often, so this round goes to him. Sex appeal. Let's be real. If Ethan or James were some mediocre looking men, we really wouldn't be watching the Mission Impossible or 007 franchises. Whenever we see these spies on film, we want to be them. We essentially want their exciting life, drive their exotic cars, and be with beautiful women. Though Ethan is a good-looking man, James Bond is a man's man. He looks good in a suit, he exudes class and sophistication, and most importantly, has swagger that ladies love.
Very nice to have met you, Mr. Bond.
This round goes to James Bond. Women. Speaking of ladies, I really want to give this round to James Bond for betting some of the most gorgeous women on Earth. But after watching Rebecca Ferguson as MI6 agent Ilsa Faust, I'll just go ahead and give this one to Ethan. Exotic locations. One of the coolest things about being a spy is the travel locations. Who can forget the time James Bond followed his target to a high-rise hotel in Shanghai? Or that scene with him riding in a Chinese lantern boat. Unfortunately, Spectre and Rogue Nation was sort of underwhelming when it came to exotic locations, so I'll just turn to Ghost Protocol and Skyfall for comparisons. The thing with Ethan Hunt is that whenever he goes somewhere, like Dubai, he always uses his location to his advantage. Like, jumping out of a building. But James Bond, on the other hand, immerses himself in the culture. It's just nice to know that he actually takes time to enjoy himself while working. This round goes to James. Villains. A lot of who our heroes are is because of their villains. That's not to say that every antagonist is the same and only has one goal, which is to terrorize the world. In the case of James Bond in Skyfall, the main antagonist had deeper personal reasons for his actions. And this personal agenda continues on in Spectre when James Bond finds out who is the author behind his suffering. As for Ethan Hunt, though he takes his villain's actions personally, the antagonists in Ghost Protocol and Rogue Nation have similar agendas, to terrorize innocent lives. So for me, a villain with personal vendettas is much more appealing. This one goes to James Bond. Out of 6 categories, fight skills, gadgets, sex appeal, women, exotic locations, and villains, I ended up with a tie. This wasn't intentional, but I guess I really enjoyed both franchises. But if I had to pick between the two, I really enjoy watching Ethan Hunt on his crazy missions, so for me, he is a better spy. Who do you guys think is better? Please sound off in the comments sections below. Thanks again for watching, and remember, please subscribe, hit the like button, or leave comments or feedbacks in the comment section below. Thanks again.